I've got a little bit different style of video for you today. I guess a talking head video, which is different for me. I don't really make these, so please bear with me. Um, I am definitely procrastinating. I don't want to go to the gym because after I go to the gym, I have to go to work. I don't want to do either of those things, you know? So we're down here in the dungeon, uh, playing with a couple different things. I'm trying out the DJI Osmo Action 3. It's plugged straight into my computer, going into OBS. So the camera is in webcam mode, which I think limits it to 1080p at 60 frames a second. Don't quote me on that, but I think that's what it's limited to. And I'm in my dungeon, so the lighting down here is terrible. I don't know anything about lighting. I don't know anything about color correction, so you're just getting what comes out of the camera. So please bear with me. I'm not doing the camera any justice right now. Let's see, I've got a little ring light to my side, and I've got a crappy like LED panel up above, kind of pointing it at me that I made. And then there's just like the ceiling lights on. That's the lighting that's going on here. But that's only part of the reason why I'm making this video. The mic is not coming from the Osmo, it's a desktop mic. So that's one reason why I'm making this video. I just want to try out the Osmo and see how it works. First impressions, I've really liked the camera. I've never really owned a name brand, professional quality action camera before. So I'm really impressed with it, but also like I think my expectations were a lot higher than what the camera is actually capable of. So it's kind of a weird area to be. And the Action 3 has so many, already has a lot of like drama stuff behind its release and everything, but we're not going to get into that. I don't believe that my camera has any issues, so we're just not going to talk about that. I'm not the person to do that. I don't know anything about any of that stuff. But the other thing we're doing, the other reason why we're making this video is a couple months ago I purchased a 3D printer on a whim. I went down a rabbit hole on the YouTube shorts, I guess, and it was just 3D printing videos, and my mind was just blown. I know that there are some people that have been alive, like, and 3D printing has been around their whole life. But I'm not one of those people. And so, like, the idea of 3D printing started off as like this weird sci-fi thing. And so seeing it like happen in real life and watching how it's been progressing has just been kind of amazing. And I had to jump into it. I wanted to know what you could do, and if it was like, if it was as good as these like videos that I was seeing. Like, can you actually like, is it for trinkets or can you actually make useful crap with one? And that's kind of what sparked my interest or piqued my interest into 3D printing. Um, as you can see, maybe you can't. I went with the Anycubic Vyper 3D printer, and I did that for mainly two reasons. The first reason was I did not want to get something that I'd have to tinker with. I really wanted something that would just work out of the box. All of the reviews and YouTube videos I watched, that was a selling point of the Vyper, was it was a super easy assembly and low maintenance printer, and that's what I wanted. I wanted to just jump in and try printing stuff. I didn't want to have to tinker and really focus on like how to dial in a printer. And that's what I received. So I am really glad that I paid the extra money to go with the Vyper over like an Ender 3 or something like that, because to me it was just easier. Now that I've got some experience and I know that like, yeah, I'm into this, I think it would be cool to go back and maybe get an Ender 3 and then go down the upgrade path for like an Ender 3 or something like that now that I'm invested. But I think doing it the other way around could have really led to it just becoming a really big paperweight. So, um, take that as you may or whatever. Uh, but my just impressiveness of like this machine has been awesome. Um, it's been very easy to use. Like I can't stress that enough. Like all I've had to do is put filament in it, do the automatic bed leveling, and when I first got started on it, I messed a few things up and I got a nozzle clog, and that took like 3 seconds to fix, you know. Nothing major. So I have been very happy with it, and for me, I've made some pretty cool stuff. Currently, I'm printing a lithophane picture thing. Yeah. So I use Cura, but this is just, I got it from I should probably show the website. Yeah. I went to the lithophane maker's website, threw in my stuff, and I printed a couple of them. Seen, yeah, here we go. So the lighting down here again, I'm not gonna be able to get an angle to where you can see how these look, but you saw them on the website. These are really cool for the sentimental people in your life that like stuff like photos and whatnot, memories, or if you're gonna get married and your fiance wants some really cool wedding decoration stuff for tables. The one that I'm currently printing is a gift for my uncle. So it's got all of his dogs that he's had over the past couple years on it, which I don't know, should be pretty cool. Um, but stuff like that is what I've really enjoyed making. My personal use, I've made a lot of like storage containers, organizational tools. This is a container for my the X-T-U Max Pro action camera. I made another one of these for my Picasso Brave 6 Pluses. I've got like battery storage containers. So getting organized, it's been really helpful just to like odds and ends stuff like, oh, I can print a container specific for that thing. I got into the Gridfinity stuff for a while. I don't remember if I said it earlier, but my LED panel that I'm using right now, it was a failed print. Like I was trying to print a larger box and it worked, so it's kind of like a curve. And I was like, oh, I'm not gonna throw this away. I just threw some LED strips on it and put a light diffuser on it, and then used the old webcam mount to attach it to a stand, and boom, I've got a light panel for like no dollars, which to me is so cool. The mounting for the Osmo Action camera, I've got it mounted to a microphone boom stand, and I didn't have the adapter to go to like, from a microphone stand to one of these things, and I found one on Thingiverse and printed it in like 20 minutes, and it works perfect. So stuff like that, just it blows my mind. My indoor aquaponics stuff, I've printed a lot of bell siphons, and these, like, yeah, it takes a couple hours to make, but these look so much better and they function so much better than an old soda bottle like cut into pieces or something like that, which is what I was using beforehand. So it's like, yeah, I'm moving up in the world. I've also printed some things that YouTube won't let me talk about that have been really fun. I have really enjoyed doing that. And it's like, just the amount of things you can do if you just spend a little bit of time learning. It's like just amazing. So if you're wanting to get into 3D printing, I know there are tons of printers out there. There might be printers better than the Vyper. My only experience is the Anycubic Vyper, but it has been just a super smooth experience. The preset cure settings worked fantastic, and it made it really easy to just like learn how to tune the printer afterwards. Like once you're already making successful prints, then it's like, oh, I wonder what this does or what this does, and just printing stuff off and learning. Like it's been a really fun process. So yeah, the Osmo Action 3 seems pretty good. The Anycubic Vyper, I really have been impressed with it. I'm not sure what my next printer will be, but definitely will be getting more printers in the future. Especially if the fiance is gonna want, 30 of these for the wedding. These take like 20 hours to print. So yeah. Anywho, let me know what you guys think, and I will talk to you guys later. Bye bye.